It's that time on the More You Know podcast for the fast break. I'm going to throw a curveball because we're going to go straight to the Kings hardwood hierarchy. All right, I'm so excited, Chris, because we have so many good NBA teams right now. I don't want to talk about all the negative. I want to talk about some positive. So, Chris, who is your king this week?
All right, we'll start with the one team that has secured a playoff spot. How about that? That's Oklahoma City, all right? They've won 9 in a row. They've solidified their lead on the West over San Antonio, who's still winning games as well. But, yeah, you're the first team in the league to secure a playoff spot. You're the best.
And Rod, do you think Shea has finally secured the MVP, or are we still waiting on Wemby?
Sure. Shea secured the MVP. Fine, great, grand, wonderful. Oklahoma City excites me so much.
All right, I love that. Queen
It's
Chris.
the Spurs. All right. As Wemby's healthy, they're playing elite basketball. They're the second best team in the league right now, with a possible way to beat the number one team. So, yeah, they're the queen by far.
Spurs have won 3 in a row, lost a close one to the Nuggets, but then came back and beat the Clippers and Hornets after that. Who is your prince?
This is a shock, I think, not just to me, but to all of the NBA. All right, but you win 10 games in a row, you're making the hierarchy. All right, and that's Atlanta. All right. I don't know if it's this Magic City magic that they're using or what it is, but they've won 10 games in a row. Good job, Atlanta.
Rod, I was a little worried Chris wasn't going to take the bait there because I did want to talk about the Hawks and the Magic City promotion that was not done. Listen, they said, fine, we're not going to do the promotion. We're just going to win every game that we play now. 2 weeks ago, they were 27-31 out of the play-in games. Now they are in the 8th seed. Rod, are you a believer in Jalen Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks?
I think what we're seeing here is a little bit of a recurring theme that I've tried to bring up throughout the year, that old reliable isn't fun, but it kind of works, right? Experience kind of matters when we start getting down to these games for seeding, and it really matters in the playoffs. And we can all sit here and be like, oh, man, wouldn't it be awesome to have the Charlotte Hornets in as the 8th seed because those guys are all so much fun, and Eric Collins screaming his head off as Charlotte's broadcaster? Guess what? They're all the way down in 10th because they don't have the war wounds and the scars that the Hawks and the Magic and some of these other teams have, and the Heat even. So they're starting to show their mettle here at the end of the year, winning the games that matter. Atlanta has, I think, 7 of those 10 wins are versus some of the worst teams in the league. So, you can only beat who's in front of you. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but Jalen Johnson's going to be an all-NBA player, one of the most underappreciated all-NBA guys in the league. He's 4th in the league in assists, and nobody would be able to say that. He averages about 25 points a game. He can grab rebounds. The Hawks have a lot of beginnings of a team, Jimmy, but I don't know how scared I am for them to have a long playoff run. I'll put it that way.
Well, you have Dyson Daniels, who really, is he a shooter? No, not really. But you have C.J. McCollum coming in and playing very, very well right now. I like them, but yeah, like you said, Rod, I think they're going to be a feisty team. They might get a win, but I don't see them going far into the playoffs.